Moving on now, we'll be talking about best practices for resume layouts and fonts and design. You may have had a creative, colorful resume at some point, which was nice. But the truth is, in Canada, at this point in time, it's often best to have a simple and clean layout. That's essential. Lots of white spacing, lots of, opportunities for whoever is reviewing your resume to quickly take a look and scan through and be able to extract information. If your resume is jam-packed, they won't be able to scan through and really extract valuable information. You have to use clear headings. You need to be using bullet points. You need to have plenty of white spaces, like I said before, so that your resume is easy to read. And white space refers to the areas on your resume that are left blank. So the spacing between one line and another space, that's white spacing. White space. Your margins is also white space, and this helps to create a clean, organized layout, making your resume easier to read. And it makes it very more attractive for your employer to be able to get information from your resume. The proper use of white space can significantly improve the overall look and readability of your resume, and that's something you really want to be paying attention to, because it can make a good impression with potential employers. To ensure that you have enough white space on your resume, you need to be using a minimum of 1.5 spacing on your resume. Well, I wouldn't say use a minimum of 1.5 spacing. It's optimal for you to use 1.5 spacing. But if you have lots of experience, that might be tough. So you can consider using 12 points between the lines on your resume. We have another video, a detailed video, where we show you how to create your Canadian resume from start to finish. If you can hear some sounds in the background, that's the kids playing somewhere upstairs. So pardon me for that, but I'm sure you can still hear what I'm saying. So just leave a 12-point space between one line and the other, but I won't talk too much on how to do that, because we have a separate video that takes you the start to finish process of creating your Canadian resume from the start. We also have a template that you can just download and use. You don't have to, go through the process of creating your own resume, except you just want to have the bragging rights that I created my resume. Just remember, talking about the stats on how much time employers spend on reviewing resumes, which is just 7.4 seconds. And this is research that's very recent, just 7.4 seconds. You really want them to be able to take a look at your resume and capture the information that they need in one look. Therefore, you don't want to have overly complex design. It can be a major turnoff, and it can even make the ATS, that's the applicant tracking system, discard your resume. Another thing I want to mention here is you do not want to be reducing the margins, especially the side margins. I made the same mistake when I just came to Canada, where I reduced the margins to the barest minimum. It made my resume look too bulky and too overwhelming. So keep your margins. The only one you might want to consider reducing would be the top margin where you have your name written. So it's okay for you to kind of reduce that margin, because you would naturally make your name a bit bigger, and that's understandable.